Hey, what's up, guys? Today on People Now, hello, Facebook Live.
A-Rod and JLo dating?
Yeah, I'm excited at all the possibilities here. J-Rod, A-Lo, I don't know.
My ovaries are like jumping up and down. Yeah, they're like
They're in
chickens
full-
on the inside.
Uh-oh, find out why the TV star and Disney princess is thinking about babies.
We are getting up close and personal with the Queen this morning.
Wait, did you know she uses an electric space heater?
Plus,
Body shamers be damned.
If I gained a little weight, if I lost a little weight, I've always, that's something I never really got into.
Naomi Campbell is setting the record straight with me.
Oh, come on, Jeremy. What was really going through your mind when you sat down with the stunning supermodel?
We didn't have social media. So to be known the way we were without it says something.
She is mesmerizing, no doubt about that. Happy Thursday, Facebook Live and People.com. Great to have you here on People Now. So much to get to today. Hollywood royalty. Tom Cruise is hanging out with real-world royalty. Prince Philip and George W. Bush is dishing on Prince Charming, Prince Harry. It got us wondering, out of all the royals, living or dead, which one would you want to hang out with? It's our Facebook question of the day. Let us know which royal you love and would want to hang out with on the comments below. We'll get to your answers soon. We'll read them live right here on the show. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Well, guys, if you haven't heard yet, Jennifer Lopez and former Yankee star Alex Rodriguez are a hot new couple. JLo, A-Rod. I like this. I don't know. What do you think their celeb name is going to be, guys? J-Rod, A-Lo? Perhaps A-Lo? I can't wait to find out. I'm hoping for A-Lo. What do you guys think? Okay, listen, we'll figure it out. We all know that Rodriguez is no stranger to dating some famous ladies. Let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Remember when he and Kate Hudson were hitting it off back in 2009? Kate would go to all of his baseball games that summer. Some people even called her his good luck charm after he took home the World Series that season. But the two split after only 2 months, and the Yankees player soon began dating another actress, Cameron Diaz. The pair caused an internet frenzy when she was caught on camera feeding him popcorn at the Super Bowl game. Rodriguez remained fond of Diaz, calling her, quote, one of the greatest human beings I've ever met and just an amazing light. But most recently, A-Rod took a break from actresses and was dating tech CEO Ann Wojcicki, who was previously married to Google founder Sergey Brin. The MLB star and the 23andMe co-founder were spotted together at the Vanity Fair Super Bowl party in San Francisco in February 2016, but called it quits a year later. But Madonna was the woman to really shake up A-Rod's life. She was caught up in Rodriguez's messy divorce from his wife of 6 years, Cynthia Scruggs, with whom he has 2 children. A-Rod's lawyer said he had a, quote, affair of the heart with Madonna, which was the last straw. But let's talk JLo's recent whirlwind romance. The pop star was recently linked to rapper Drake earlier this year. Though it was short-lived, we all loved that this was a thing. Wish it maybe would it still be a thing, but anyway, we have to include Jennifer Lopez and Casper Smart as well. Rumors of the couple dating sparked back in 2011, and since then it seems the two have been on again and off again until they finally called it off for good this past August. And lastly, Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez. The duo are proving that exes can still be good friends and are co-parenting their twins all together, doing it well. So guys, who knows exactly if JLo and A-Rod will make it work, but let's just point out these photos from 2005 that show the two meeting at a Yankees game with Mark Anthony. Maybe the sparks flew then. We don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But happy for them, nonetheless.
She has been properly punctured and her memory modified.
Jim Tavari, who played Tom, the owner of the Leaky Cauldron in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, was involved in a very serious car accident that left him with multiple injuries, including a broken neck, a punctured lung, and 15 broken ribs. His wife wrote on his Facebook page saying, "This is Laura here. Now that his family have been informed, Jim has asked me to let you all know that he was involved in a serious car accident yesterday, a head-on collision." Laura also added in the post, he's had 2 blood transfusions so far and is about to go in for his first surgery. This is for real, not a movie role. Please hold some good thoughts for him as he fights his way out of this. Jim's wife hasn't released any further details on where the car accident took place. Of course, our thoughts and prayers are with Jim and his family during this very difficult time. Now, guys, we all know iconic model Naomi Campbell as queen of the catwalk, but when I just sat down with her, I wanted to get her thoughts on the Gigis and Kendalls of the world who have been taking over the industry recently, plus Campbell revealing how she handles body shaming in response to Sailor Brinkley Cook's latest issue with online trolling. Watch this.
She's very quiet, Kendall, when she's on set and when she's around at fashion shows. She's very quiet. gets her makeup done, sits quietly. She's a very well-mannered girl.
More or less difficult today to become a supermodel like you did when you did it?
I think we really had to earn our stripes my era, and really worked very hard. We didn't have social media. So to be known the way we were without it says something, I guess. But I mean, everything changes, everything evolves. I just find the whole thing fascinating.
Sure.
I really do.
And it's always very interesting and fascinating to get your perspective on the whole thing. Another young model, Christy Brinkley's daughter, Sailor, has been making headlines. She posted a photo of herself in this.
And I love seeing also the daughters.
Sure, it's like the next generation.
Like, I think Kaya Gerber is stunning. She is Cindy
Crawford's
absolutely
daughter, right?
Stunning.
Yeah. And so as these...
So is Iman's daughter, absolutely stunning.
The daughters come up. It's this new era, as you mentioned, with social media and everything else. Sailor Brinkley has talked about being body shamed by the comments and by people being cruel to her online. That's something that's very, I'm sure, difficult for young girls.
I don't read cruelty online. Block. Erase.
Is that what you do?
Block.
Okay.
Erase and block. They don't know what you're going through, your day, and ignore.
So your advice for that is to just block it. Have you been body shamed? Is that something? Have people shamed you in any way on social media?
I've never allowed or let anyone tell me how if I gained a little weight, if I lost a little weight. I've always, that's something I never really got into. No one could ever say anything to me that would make me feel bad about myself. I think that's a really sensitive subject to go into.
For sure.
You can hurt someone deeply without knowing it, and you shouldn't go there. Really shouldn't.
From one powerful woman to another, Journey Smollett-Bell is having a very busy 2017. She's starring in WGN America's Underground, and she has a 4-month-old son. So when I just sat down with her, we talked about how she's handling the struggles of new motherhood and what she thought about Underground executive producer John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen's postpartum depression reveal. Watch this.
Postpartum depression is very real, and we don't talk about it. And I think it's so incredibly brave of Chrissy to use her platform to be that vulnerable and that honest, because I think it gives other women this, this voice, and it empowers them to say, listen, you don't have to be ashamed of it. It's real. It's a part of the process, and we just need to talk about it. And I really, really was so proud of her when I read the essay yesterday.
You mentioned this sort of relatability when you hear other moms speak out about that. For you, 4 or so months in, have you dealt with things that in similar ways or anything like that you've been like, wow, this is a reality?
For me, it's just you realize, okay, you'll never know a love like this before in your entire life, right? And you just look down at this toothless little smile. You're like, oh my gosh, you're the most amazing person on the planet.
And then they spit up on you, and you still love them
and somehow. They poop on you, and you still love their poop. No, but for me, it's definitely about, there's a lot of adjustments, and you can't deny that your life changes, your body changes, and for me, it's been about embracing this new chapter in my womanhood and not, trying to be the old self. Like, people say, oh, you're trying to get your old body back. I'm like, no, I don't want my old body back. Like, that was the old me. So I'm like embracing the new me. There's a real new chapter in my womanhood that I'm walking in.
Journey's really incredible, and so is Chrissy Teigen. Coming up, we'll have the latest from John Legend on the struggles of parenthood and his amazing wife, Chrissy. They are a great couple.
No, they're amazing. All right, you guys, let's check in with Facebook Live here. So Tom Cruise is hanging out with royalty, so why can't we? We want to know which royal you would most want to hang out with.
All right, so people responding to this, of course. Robert says Prince William. And we would put Prince William in. I think everyone would put him to the top.
Charlie asks, does Pippa count? Of course Pippa counts.
Pippa does count. And you know what? In general, I would want to hang with them just to know some of the secrets of their process. Like, they live such lives that we can't even relate to. I want to know, like, day in the life.
I mean, I don't know about you. I can relate to...
Okay, sorry. I meant I can't relate to it.
Jamie says, I'd like to hang out with Princess Diana. She's so down to earth and concerned with truly making our world a better place. It would be the most stimulating tea time conversation ever. Yes, definitely.
Guys, keep the Facebook comments coming in. We'll check in with you again very soon. But first, Andrea, big night for for you last night, the Survivor Game Changers premiere. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. Watching that again, it still hurts me to see
it hurts me. I mean, I can't believe I stepped right over it a few times. I wasn't in the right mindset there.
You missed that secret advantage. I mean, it could have helped you in the game, obviously.
Yeah, it could have. Yeah, I'm a little depressed.
There was a
about
big
it.
reaction to that, too.
I know, it
Like
was right
online.
there. I wasn't in
Oh my
mind.
gosh. Presence of mind. But what, you had the task at hand, I guess,
Yes.
was taking your attention. How are you feeling now that that episode is finally?
It was great. I mean, I wish I was in the episode more. I feel like I was in all those conversations, but the camera just kind of like cut me out. It's so weird looking back and seeing the editing.
You don't never know how your edit's going to turn out.
No, and I was definitely talking. Like I had a strategy going on, but I mean, obviously I made it through this week, so we'll see more of me.
As we have said, your time will come undoubtedly.
Oh,
when
yeah.
like you'll probably wish that
I'll be missing these days.
Yeah, like where people were commenting and being very critical of you. I also have to ask about this photo. Take a look that CBS PR was nice enough to capture.
Why are we doing this?
The first immunity challenge. It was a
Whose
quick
idea
moment
was
in the episode. What's going through your head? Ozzy's sort of helping you out over the obstacle. It honestly looked painful.
It's game mode, and all I can look at is my pink underwear right now, so thanks a lot.
I thought they were purple. I didn't notice, but I thought they were purple.
Very close.
Yeah.
It was a really, really intense challenges. Both of the challenges last night were very, very intense. Okay, can we stop with the picture? That's enough.
Ozzy got a handful there, too. Let's just be real. All right, we can't wait to watch you again next week on Survivor Game Changers, 8 p.m., then at 9 p.m. hosting the Penn Fan Forum Survivor. That's not all you've got today, though.
No, so coming up, Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian trainer Latrell Mitchell is taking me through a Survivor-inspired workout that would have been a big help to anyone competing in that 400-pound snake second immunity challenge. But first, watch this.
The middle of the flight, and I just got this feeling of like something is not right.
Lauren's feelings were right. When they landed, she exited the plane and was struck by the spinning propeller.
Well, that's a clip of Lauren Scruggs Kennedy discussing the horrifying ordeal that she went through during a propeller accident. And Lauren is being highlighted in this week's issue of People, which is on newsstands everywhere Friday. Well, one amazing thing that came out of her accident was meeting E! News host Jason Kennedy during an interview regarding what had happened to her. Jason and Lauren have been married for 2 years now. Lauren telling People, "I ended up finding the love of my life." Well, for more on Lauren's story, make sure to check out People Icons, Heroes and Survivors, which airs Tuesday, March 14th on ABC.
Has anyone made the connection between Flynn Rider and Jack Milo looking pretty much the same?
Oh my God!
Aren't they? Can we?
As I'm looking at the poster, you're right.
Is this?
No
do you
one
have
has
do you have a type that we didn't know about?
Clearly, I do have
Yeah.
a type.
No one's made that.
No one has made that connection until you, and I see it now.
The dark.
You know,
flowing
I
hair,
would say Eugene is far more sarcastic.
Okay.
He's a little wittier. And who knows what kind of father he's gonna be. But something tells me he'll be a barrel of laughs.
Okay.
But definitely looks-wise, yeah, the characters definitely have a type.
Uncovering new things with Mandy Moore there, being a great sport, of course, as always, and comparing her to on-screen loves from This Is Us and Tangled. And hey, guys, they really do have some similarity there. You have to admit it. Moore is once again the voice of Rapunzel in Disney Channel's TV movie Tangled Before Ever After and Tangled the series, which is our Toyota People pick of the day. When I chatted with the actress of the moment, I asked her if working on a children's series has made her anxious to have some kids of her own. Plus, I get her best love advice. Watch this.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think when I was a part of the film 7 years ago, I already at that point in my life thought, wow, I can't wait to have kids one day,
Yeah.
and I'll be able to show them like, look, mom is a Disney princess.
Yeah, right.
Like that'll have some sort of cachet. My stock will go up.
Oh, it will. It does.
But now I think I'm 32 years old and playing a mom on this show and working with babies all the time and teenagers and everything in between. It's, yeah, my ovaries are like jumping up and down. Yeah, they're like
They're in
kicking
full,
on the inside.
full effect.
Yeah, full flurries inside of me.
Between the romance in Tangled, let's just say, and
Yeah.
the romance in This Is Us, what's the number one sort of application, sort of applicable piece of advice that we can all derive for our love lives?
Make sure you're honoring yourself first and foremost. And I love that Rapunzel does this in like the first time we see her in this movie before the series sort of starts. She is proposed to, and this is the man that she loves and I think knows in the back of her mind, like, this is who I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. But I'm not ready yet. I still have adventures to sort of go on and explore by myself and independently, and I need to figure out my place in the world before I take that next step. So she is really focusing on herself and honoring herself before, you know, settling down. So
Okay.
I think that's an important lesson.
And she is the best. Stay with us, guys. Sean Swarner is the first cancer survivor to reach the top of Mount Everest with just one functioning lung. And he's about to go on another major trek, but first he joins me live. Plus the stars from Kong Skull Island make a big splash on the carpet last night. We've got that all coming up.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
Guys, with only one functioning lung and a prognosis of 14 days to live, Sean Swarner became the first cancer survivor to summit Mount Everest. But he's not done yet. He joins us now live in the People Now studios to talk about his plans to head to Santa's neck of the woods, the North Pole. No big deal. Welcome, Sean. So good to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You're planning to carry we were just talking about this, the flag of hope on this next trek to the North Pole. You're starting April 1st. Explain what you've been doing for training and what's going into this next big journey for you.
Training has been insane. It is, well, if you're training for the New York City Marathon, you're going to run, right? I'm training to drag a sled that's going to weigh about 100 or 150 to 200 pounds to the North Pole, over 100 and some miles. So I'm literally, there you go, pulling tires around my neighborhood and pulling my Jeep around the neighborhood.
And it's all, of course, conditioning to get your body ready and to be able to take on those challenges. Right. This is the last adventure that you need to accomplish to complete the Explorer's Grand Slam, right?
Correct.
That's what that's called. Climbing the highest summits on every continent, reaching the North and South Pole. You're doing it all with only one functioning lung. I can't say that enough because it's so incredible. What drives you to do this?
People touched by cancer. You know, organizations like the St. Baldrick's Association, you know, there are people out there who have cancer who are pushing me forward. And every time I get into a situation where I'm battling the elements, I can think, you know, I can pick up the satellite phone and say, hey, get me the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Something's going wrong. But people who are fighting for their lives, they don't have that lifeline. They can't say, hey, get me out of this situation. They're stuck.
As you said to me before we were going here, you're doing this for other people, not just for yourself. And that's so inspiring to so many people. Obviously, the air gets very thin up there, right? I mean, the higher altitudes, that's probably the main thing that you have to deal with. With just one functioning lung, what's the deal with that? How do you deal with it? How do you make it work?
Well, every time you take a breath, I have to take two because, like I said, I only have one fully functioning lung. It was lost to radiation, and I think more than anything, it's right here.
Yeah.
You know, and I also have one big bulldog lung apparently. So
apparently so. There's no doubt. But yeah, the mind game, and you hear that with athletes of all types. The mindset really makes all the difference, and you're a living example of that. In spite of some physical, ailments that would obviously set you back. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on one of these big adventures?
Putting it mildly, I almost died. I was up on the crux of Denali, and I had a 50-foot rope between my climbing partner and myself. And I literally fell 100 feet. I slid 50 feet to him and then an extra 50 feet. So I fell 100 feet on Denali once. And I remember the snow just shooting out between my glacier glasses and my face. And all I remember is just feeling this overwhelming sense of calmness.
Wow.
And for me, it was just really, really slow motion. But talking about different perspectives, you know, because I have such a unique perspective from going through cancer, my climbing partner said it was over like that.
And for you, it wasn't a moment of panic and like, oh my gosh, how's it going to end? It was calm. Wow,
yeah.
That's incredible. I mentioned in the intro that you're the first cancer survivor to reach the top of Mount Everest. Take us back to that moment. What was that day and that moment like for you when you reached the summit?
The moment was beautiful. I remember going up and I was literally on a knife ridge. So it dropped off 2 miles straight down into Tibet, 1.5 miles straight down into Nepal.
Oh man.
And the sun started coming up, and I remember looking out, and I could see the most incredible purple, blue, red, orange, you know, the most amazing sunrise of my entire life. But I was up so high, I could actually see the curvature of the earth.
Wow.
And
so the horizon actually had a little curve.
Exactly. It wasn't flat. It was curved. And then I was thinking to myself, because I was looking at the summit, I was thinking, it can't get any better than this. This is awesome. And I looked off to my left side, and straight out at eye level were stars.
Incredible.
And that's when I knew it. Like I started crying like a baby, which was a mistake because of that cold of temperatures. It goes out, it freezes on your cheek. My glasses just froze up. It was a mistake.
All kinds of problems up there. Yeah, and I would imagine for anyone that's a big moment. For you especially, accomplishing it under your circumstances, even more special. How can viewers, people that want to get on board with you and help you along your journey, accomplish your goal? What can they do?
That's easy. Just go to SeanSwarner.com.
SeanSwarner.com.
Just like Sean Connery and the Warner Brothers with an S. Make it easy.
Got that. Sean Connery. I like that. S-E-A-N. Just like my middle name. That was not always my point of reference too. Anyway, Sean Swarner, you're a braver man than me, I gotta say. And it's so impressive and inspiring what you're doing. We'll be following your journey. Say hi to Santa for us on the wall there. So good to talk to you.
He might be having his cloaking device on, so.
We'll see. Thanks so much.
All right, thanks, man.
The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Treks. Grammy and Oscar-winning musician John Legend opens up about balancing love, family, and a booming career in this week's issue of People. The 38-year-old actor, singer, and pianist has been quite the busy man these days, from landing his first major movie role in La La Land to executive producing WGN America's historical drama Underground. So it's no secret that the All of Me singer has lots to be thankful for. And the two ladies who have stood by his side through it all, baby girl Luna and wife Chrissy Teigen, of course. John's supermodel wife recently opened up to Glamour about suffering from postpartum depression, revealing that her husband has been a solid support system. When asked about co-parenting baby Luna with Chrissy, John told People, "It's a difficult thing to be a new father and for my wife to be a new mother. Parenting advances the level of partnership you share. It's exciting to see how we as a couple grow together and learn how to react to the challenges and the joys." Although parenthood has been a new test for their relationship, John says the couple has faced differences before, revealing this about their unconventional romance. "We were always different. I was more buttoned up and she was always more brash. I would get a little nervous at first, but she's brought me out of my shell and made me enjoy life a bit more and take risks." How cute is that? And baby number 2 seems to be on the horizon. John says little Luna is a daddy's girl, telling People, "My wife's a little bit jealous. We've got to have a boy too so she can feel that same feeling. But right now, I just want to be a good husband and dad." Well, very cute. If you want to read more about John and his adorable family of 3, make sure to pick up your copy of People on newsstands everywhere Friday. All right, moving on to this.
I enjoy their work. I enjoy working with them when I have the opportunity to do that. So it was not a slam against them. It was just a comment about how, Hollywood works in an interesting sort of way sometimes.
At Wednesday night's U.S. premiere of Kong Skull Island, Samuel L. Jackson cleared up those comments he made to Hot 97 Radio earlier this week, suggesting that African-American actors might be better suited for certain roles than Black Brits. Well, during the radio show, Jackson cited films like Get Out and Selma, noting that, quote, "An American brother really understands that way." When asked why this might be a recurring issue, Jackson told Hot 97, "They don't cost as much. Unless you're an unknown brother that they're finding somewhere, I don't know what the love affair is with all that. It's all good. Everybody needs to work, but there are a lot of brothers here that need to work too." Well, glad he got the chance to clear that up, because last night was all about the A-list cast and legendary King Kong franchise. Watch this.
But the highlights have been, meeting people all over the world, getting to know different cultures. I got to go to Mexico City and I got to walk through Frida Kahlo's house that she was born in and that she died in. I got to see her ashes in an urn. The premiere was so gorgeous and so beautiful. I got to meet so many people, and then it was paired with this incredible cultural experience. So it's both. It's meeting the people, seeing the places.
You've been a kid who watched King Kong or had seen Hollywood premieres on television. As an actor, to imagine that you'd ever be at a premiere on Hollywood Boulevard of King Kong and you're in it is just not one of the things that you kind of put in your head.
It's amazing to do things that you never dreamed of as a child.
Well, such a good cast there. Kong Skull Island hits theaters this Friday, March 10th, so make sure to grab those tickets. And those are your Star Treks for today.
Look at that. Tom Cruise laughing it up with Prince Philip during a dinner at Buckingham Palace. Both men wearing fancy tuxes as they attended an event celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Outward Bound Trust. It's an organization that seeks to improve the lives of children and young people through outdoor activities. A source close to Cruise telling People he had a great time. I'm not surprised to hear that. What I want to know, though, is what are they laughing about, right? What could that conversation have been like? But we hear Philip is a pretty funny guy.
Prince Philip's always cracking jokes.
Yeah.
So Tom Cruise was just politely laughing along.
All the royal news coming up for you this morning. Lots of great stuff to get to. People Now's royal correspondent, the lovely, honorable Imogen Lloyd-Webber is here. Great to see you.
Morning.
Good morning. Now, later on, we're going to take a look at the 5 times the Queen was the ultimate thrifty grandma. Can she just be my grandma? She seems lovely. But first, I hear you had a pretty fun night last night, a party, there were stars, and even some royalty. Please indulge us.
With the Queen's granddaughter, no less. I was at the International Women's Day reception at the British Consul in the presence of Her Royal Highness Princess Eugenie, younger daughter of Prince Andrew, and first cousin to Princes William and Harry, and Amal Clooney. That's a picture of them there.
Amal Clooney.
That's from Antonio Romeo's Twitter account, who's a British Consul General.
Fantastic. So many names were just dropped there. I don't even know where to begin picking them up, and I am so happy about it. Let's just start with Amal Clooney. What was the vibe? How was she feeling at the party?
I didn't speak to her. I did have a quick word with Princess Eugenie. Amal Clooney looked amazing, and honestly, I know she's pregnant with twins. I've got a bigger tummy.
Amal looks great and is doing great things.
So many things. That's why they're both there. British women who are involved with humanitarian causes for women.
Rubbing some elbows with the stars. Word on the street, guys, is that there is a royal job available. Let's talk about this for a second. Princess Kate's secretary is leaving her position this summer. Who will take her place, and where can I apply? That's the question.
Rebecca Deacon has been working for the royal family for the last 10 years. She's been Princess Kate's private secretary since 2012. Rebecca's moving on from the position, and it's believed she'll soon be getting married at the Chapel Royal at St James's Palace, which is where Prince George was christened, so well in with the family. Current vacancies are often advertised on the Royal Household website, so you could try there, Jeremy.
See if I have any of the credentials. Imogen, what does it take, though, to actually be Princess Kate's private secretary? What would you say are some of the job requirements?
Well, number one, discretion, so you might have a problem there.
Obviously.
The job includes organising official engagements and briefing Princess Kate on who she's meeting. Because of the sensitivity of the role, the person will basically be Princess Kate's Girl Friday. It's highly likely they'll go with someone who's either worked with the royal family before or come personally recommended. But there are almost always vacancies for other roles on that website, Jeremy. So
check
it
the website.
out.
Who knows what I'll apply for? From a princess to a prince. We all know Meghan Markle thinks that Harry is Prince Charming, but it turns out, guys, apparently George W. Bush thinks Harry is Prince Charming too. What's the history between these two? Imogen, would you say that they are the definition of friendship goals?
Well, first Michelle Obama and now Prince Harry.
He's a charmer. Look at this.
Absolutely. President Bush met the prince last year at the Invictus Games, which is, of course, Harry's big passion project for veterans. Bush told people about Prince Harry, quote, "He is a charming person and he cares deeply about the vets. I was very impressed by him."
There you go.
Bush is planning to work with US vets for this year's Games, which will be held in Toronto, where a certain Meghan Markle films.
It all works out
all
somehow.
does.
Thank you, Imogen, for all this. I hope you have some good parties this week, too, that we can talk about.
I try, Jeremy, I try.
We talked Princess Kate, Prince Harry. Here it is, what you've all been waiting for. The 5 reasons the Queen is the ultimate thrifty grandma. Take a look at this.
All right, this week's Survivor Challenge required a ton of upper body strength, so lucky for us, Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian trainer Latrell Mitchell is here with our very first Survivor-inspired workout. All right, La, what do you have for us today?
Well, we're talking about lifting heavy snakes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Something I would never do. Thinking of that, in my mind, I would say, okay, what do we need to do? We have to have strong arms, we have to have strong shoulders, right? So if you're lifting that snake, so the first thing I would think of something called scaption retraction, right? So all of this, working your back, working your shoulders and your arms at the same time. So all you're gonna do is sit those shoulder blades back. We're gonna take a nice squeeze, back, hold, and come right back to that starting position. Back, squeeze, hold. You should feel that back working.
Yes.
Coming forward, back, squeeze, hold. So again, nice and tall, retracting the shoulder blades back and here. So here again, really getting into those upper traps. You feel that back working, right? Shoulders working, arms working at the same time. We're gonna add just a little bit of load to that hand. Feel that? And coming back, back squeeze. 3, 2, 1. again, we're carrying that heavy snake, right? So you can use anything you want for resistance. You can use dumbbells, you can use water bottles, anything you have in the house. So when you're doing it, you don't want to round your posture, right? You want to have that great posture, strong back, strong shoulders, and take the snake wherever you want to take it.
Carrying a snake
so
like
fun.
a...
I mean, that snake was so heavy.
400 pounds.
I know, so I wish I would have been, working on
If
that
only you'd
before.
had this before that.
Yeah, but I actually did really well in the challenge.
You did, okay. You missed the advantage thing, whatever.
Okay.
That's all I can remember. Let's check in one more time with Facebook Live, everybody. Let's take a look.
Yeah, we want to know which royal you most would want to hang out with. So Tara asks, does Queen Sandra count as royalty? She's, of course, talking about Sandra from Survivor. Yes, she counts as royalty.
Queen's in the name. Even if it's not official British royalty, it still counts. Laura says, I want to hang out with the Queen. Imagine the stories she would tell.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh, my gosh, for days and days.
Well, Jeremy, it looks like some Facebook Live viewers were noticing that you had a surprising reaction to Naomi Campbell.
Oh, right.
So watch this.
More or less difficult today to become a supermodel like you did when you did it?
I think we really had to earn our stripes when my era, and really worked very hard. We didn't have social media. So to be known the way we were without it says something, I guess.
Hey guys, today on People Now. Well, I'm inspired. Have you guys ever met a timeless person? Because I just did, right here. Yep, that's right, I'm gushing. Naomi Campbell.
Oh my gosh, you look like a young boy just salivating. Like,
yeah,
you're
she's
so
mesmerizing.
mesmerized.
She is a mesmerizing woman.
What was going through your head though during that?
I was thinking, I can't wait till our editors have fun with this and make me look like an idiot. That's what I was thinking. No, you know what? Here's what I was thinking. She is flawless and amazing.
So flawless.
Her voice is like captivating.
No, her voice is everything. Yeah. Oh man.
She can,
I'm glad that you did that interview because I look at you again. No, I think I would have been the same way.
Oh my God! Oh, the slow push.
Wait, I
okay.
like don't you bite your lip at one point?
Okay, stop. No, that was a little.
That was a little smirk.
Thanks so much for watching, guys.
I'm gonna add that to my reel. All right.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Shay Mooney from Dan and Shay is revealing his favorite part about fatherhood. Plus, Mandy Moore gives us a flashback to her fashion disaster from her music video. Candy, can I just say this, Andrea? You were kind of swooning over Dan and Shay.
Oh,
in a similar way.
I swoon over everybody. All right,
That's
thanks for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Wyatt Russell. Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Russell, and this is One Last Thing. The last song that was stuck in my head was Sergil Simpson's Call to Arms. The last TV show I binge-watched was Search Party with Meredith Hagner. She's a fantastic actress and also my girlfriend. Last time I laughed so hard I cried was right before we came on the show. I thought that Lola and Copacabana were the same song. And I was singing it, different songs, and they're the same song. And Craig pointed that out to me.
But the thing was,
I thought
he was like, "Hey, you should mix those two together. That would be brilliant if you did that on stage."
Medley. If you do like Copacabana, Los, Copacabana,
They sound a lot alike. Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more People Now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links. Don't touch me.